Hey guys, it's Mercy with Driver Buzz. I just wanted to give you a little update and feedback on what happened this weekend with Coachella. It's my first year working the whole entire weekend, so I feel like there are definitely some little tidbits to learn from this weekend. First of all, we will talk about the history of surging throughout the weekend, the times that I decided to drive, and then the times that I think are best to drive for Uber or suggested to drive. So the surging started Thursday evening, late. People are starting to get into town on Thursday, and Uber is not advertising for Ubers to be here on Thursday. So really, they're advertising Friday, Saturday, Sunday evening for Ubers to be here. But there's work all day and all night. So Thursday night, super hot. I will definitely be coming Thursday night this coming week. But surging for Friday started probably right around 10 or 11 a.m. and went until about 4 p.m. in the afternoon evening. And again, people are getting around, parties, breakfast, whatever it is. They're here and they're trying to get around. So definitely there's a lot of business on Friday during the day. And it starts to quiet down after 5 and doesn't pick up again until the event lets out at 12. But then there's after parties that last until 4. So you literally could be driving until 5 or 6 in the morning. And then Saturday, surging didn't start until 2 p.m. And I think it's just because people were sleeping in. They're tired from the day before. They couldn't take it. So 2 p.m. is when the surging started on Saturday and went again until about 4 or 5. Slowed down and didn't pick up again until the event let out at midnight. And then there's a lot of parties. And again, very, very busy in the early morning hours. Sunday surging started about 9 a.m. and went and did not let up. And I think I just stopped right now. I haven't looked at the map, but I worked all the way until about 5 and it's been surging. So completely one of the reasons why I think that Sunday has been busier is because places outside of Coachella have been having smaller parties. Parties are, people want to get to these parties so that they don't have to stay in the sun all day, and then they go to Coachella later in the evening, and the headliners are in the evening anyway, so that's kind of what they end up doing. So it's very feasible for you to work daytime only for Coachella. You can work morning until early evening and you can make a substantial amount of money. I only worked really 4 hours straight and I made $200 in 4 hours. So it's completely doable. The thing about nighttime, of course, is you're dealing with a lot of traffic. I can't even stress that. So you're spending a lot of time in traffic, which means less unpaid time, and you definitely will be working until about 5 o'clock in the morning because the parties are letting out and it's surging all over the place. But I would say it's a better bet is to work in the early morning, like late morning, early afternoon. That would be the best bet to work for Coachella. And so that's it. When did I drive? I drove Friday evening. I got here at 5. I drove until 5 in the morning. And then Saturday, I slept in on Saturday, so I didn't get out again until 4, and I drove until 4. And I got out at 4, drove till 4, but I took a little break in there because it slows down after 6. So from like 6 or 7 until about 10, when you make it to the Uber lot, it's really slow. But again, working all those hours, I only made $200. So it was much more lucrative for me to work this afternoon than it has been for me to work in the evening. So those are just some things to think about for next week. Coachella will be next week, all 3 days. The weekend after that will be Stagecoach again, all 3 days. So there's a lot of money to be made. But I wanted to get that information out to you just so that you could think about it, those who've been thinking about going and working Coachella. I would say for Lyft drivers, there's definitely not as much work, but I feel like the area is saturated with Lyft drivers. Uber for this event is a much better bet. All right, that's enough. That's me, Mercy, from Driver Buzz. You guys have a great week.